Everyone, I'm Tash from Heart and Design. Thanks for coming along to my video today. Today we are going to learn step-by-step drawing, and the subject is this lovely mushroom fairy house. This is one of many of my step-by-step tutorials available on my channel, so please do subscribe and click the notification bell. That way you'll hear about all of my videos when they are loaded. Just subscribing won't do that, so do click that bell. Also, please do like, comment and share, as it does help my channel to grow. Thank you so much. Now, so this is the mushroom fairy house. Now, the downloadables are step by step like this, and they are printables for you, so you can get those by signing up to my Patreon. It's only a small amount per month. You get the downloadables, and you also get all the videos on YouTube plus bonus material as well. Now, what I do is in the videos I show you how to go through this and how to draw, but I do also teach you how to paint and colour in lots of different ways, so there's so much more to it. If you don't fancy that, you can always just buy the book, this Learn to Draw Fairies book that I've just released. There is also Summer, and I will be releasing one book per month, one set of downloadables per month with a different theme. Next month, November, is going to be Christmas, and December is going to be winter. So let's get started on today's drawing, shall we? So as I said, they are step by step, so I will show you how to get to this final image by going through all the steps. Now, I have enlarged them for you so that you can see yourself exactly what I'm copying from. Now, this shape is in the center of the whole design, so I'll know on my piece of paper I need to make sure that I get it in the center. So the first thing I'm going to do is to draw in the first line. Now, I'm going to use small sketches, small kind of sketchy lines, and that will form the shape of one side of the tree house, not mushroom house rather, not tree house. And then this side will form the other side of the mushroom, this side. Now, I've drawn that out and I'm thinking, am I going to have room? And I think just about. So be thinking about whether you're going to have room either side to draw everything in that you want to. So I think I've just about managed that. Now we're going to draw in this line down here. Now you can either use little sketchy lines, which overall gives you the shape more easily because you can see as you go any changes you need to make. And then you'll get your final line once you've decided exactly how you want it. So I'm just making what I think is, it's a little window. There we go. And now we're shading in these lines and giving some decoration, because that is what actually creates the fact that it's 3D and tells people the story, oh, this is a 3D thing, it's not a flat shape. I'm just going to draw in all the lines as we go. Now, I've drawn in the door, which is just an oval curve. Now, all of my sheets are different star levels. They all say at the bottom whether they're 1, 2, 3 or 4, and basically they're just going up in difficulty stages based upon how detailed they are. So you will just work out where you're at and start there, and you will quickly start to pick up the methods and ways I'm doing things to get you to the 4th star if you're not there already. And really they're also good to just give you some inspiration and some ideas if you are already a drawer. Now, in the wood, I'm giving it these kind of C shapes, which are basically like that. And it's just giving the idea, just a hint of this is a tree. These are some knots in the tree. You know, the little knots that you get in wood. And it just helps to give the person who's looking at it an idea of what it is that you're doing, what you're drawing. I'm just going round, and I think that's enough. We're done. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, as long as you are doing the shapes in the same way that I'm doing them. All right, so I think that's it for the level. I'm just checking, just double checking myself so I don't forget anything. Okay, let's go on to the next stage. And the next stage is drawing the top of the mushroom. So we're going to come down quite far down to about here, and we're going to just draw like a letter C on its side a little bit. Then we're going to come up to the top of that part of the mushroom, and then we're almost going to try and make it as though it's come from behind and around here. And that's the first part done for getting that top of the mushroom finished. All right. So next we're going to do another kind of sweep, but it's not like a C, it's like a flattened out C. It's just a curve there, okay? But we are stopping about here. And well, actually, I would say about here, almost to the top. You have a look here, almost to the top of where that is there. And then the next one, it's almost in the center, but it's quite far up. So we know that this one is just literally going to come round and come to here. Okay, so use your little sketchy movements. You don't have to do it all in one go. Just do those sketchy movements to make sure you get that in there. Okay, so next we need to do the patterning on the mushroom, and we also need to do the line that you can see going here, because this is the girl's dress. So for the patterning, I'm just going to copy it straight from the picture, so you're not going to see all this. Let's try and get both in. It's a bit tricky. So they're basically just wiggly lines. Let's draw in her dress first, because once we get that in, we get an idea of the shape of the mushroom, and we can draw its patches on. So we've got one there, we've got a circle there, we've got quite a wiggly one there, wiggly one. Okay. There. Now we have to put all the different markings in, and we're just going to go all the way around and add in the markings. Go around there. And I'm just putting them in exactly where they are on the sheet. You can put them in wherever you want, but feel free to keep copying. Now I'm pressing quite hard so that you can see what I'm drawing, but you can press much lighter than me to get your first layer down, and then you can go over it when you're done and really make it stand out once you know you've got everything how you want it. But I'm trying to go along and make sure you can see everything quite clearly that I've drawn. So as you can see, that's everything done on that level. We're going to go on to the next stage, and this is filling in the dress of our lovely little fairy. So I'm going to come up here and up to about here and pull in this along here, her dress. Okay, now I'm going to just draw her arms in, and all they are is just like a letter U, but just a really thin letter U. And I'm going to draw another one in the other side, because this will kind of be a guide for me as to where everything else goes as I'm drawing. Okay, so let's put in her little sleeves. Let's do that next. Sorry if you can hear ruffling. I believe one of my teenage sons has just walked in and is trying to get some food, but he's making a big job of it, so and as much noise as he possibly can. So let's keep going. That's her neck. So it's just a little C upside down. Oh, can you see? And I've just done some little ripples around her neck. So we've drawn in her arms, given the ruffles to the sleeves. They're just wiggly lines, and that gives the first shape. Now what we're going to do is put in some of the lines in the detail, which creates form. By that I mean it gives it some 3D-ness, and it won't just look like a flat shape that I've just drawn in. Then we're going to come down, come round and draw these so that we can see it's like a sweeping dress, and it's sweeping down like so from the center to where the mushroom is, and that just gives it a really nice little effect. Then we're going to come down here, draw the back part of her dress and draw some lines in there, so it's almost like it's hanging off the mushroom. But yeah, so those lines are really just telling the story of the movement of the dress, and without that we wouldn't know it was this 3D dress. And that's the difference between this level and the other level, is that these drawings will all help you and guide you through making something look 3D, and the earlier levels tend to be more flat, less detail. Right, so now we're going to finish off her cute little face. So we've got a neck coming through here, just a little one. It's just 2 lines, that's all you need to do. And then we're going to draw her face, because I think it's important to try and get her face in first before we do her hair, so that it's proportionate to her body. We don't want a head that's too small or too big. Okay, so we're coming round. I've just done too many lines there. Let's make it a bit clearer for you. I'm going to come round like that. So there's her head. She's got 2 little ears on the side, which are a good guide for us, because now we know where to put the fringe parts. I'm going to have one up here, and then another one looping around here, one here, and then one there. So that's all you need to do for the fringe part around her head. Okay, then we are going to draw in her hair around her head. So we're starting from her neck, okay, and we're just coming down with a big sweeping movement to about here. Then we're going to come from here, and we're going to have a big sweeping movement to about here. All right, then a really big C here. They're just like the letter C, and you can either draw these in one go, like the big sweeping movements, or you can draw them in by stages and doing the sketching. I mean, everybody draws differently, so you decide. Okay, so we've got her hair drawn in, nice big hair. And then we're going to draw her face in. So her eyes are basically like that. Can you see? So it's a line like that. I'll do it big for you. And then you draw in the eye in black underneath, and then you just draw the little eyelashes around. So I'm going to do that lightly to start with, because if you get the eyes wrong, it's really important to get them right, because you can change the whole expression of the face of the fairy if you do them even slightly differently. A smiley fairy can look like a cross fairy quite quickly. So you have to be really careful with the expressions. Okay, so we've done her face, we've done her eyes. There's some little marks where her cheeks are, and we'll put the cheeks in. They'll be coloured in a nice pink if you were colouring in, and then a nice little mouth. She's smiling away. Now we're going to do her hair. We need to basically put patterns in her hair. Now all it is a bit like on the wood, these C's, and it's just giving the impression of movement and bounce and fluffiness in her curly hair. So we'll do that, do different sizes and in different directions, because that will help make it look more real. Don't try and do them all perfectly the same size in any kind of order. That will not work. I'm just going to go around and do the top, come around here. There we go. And that's that done. So now we'll move on to the next stage. She's looking pretty cute. I may have come out a bit far on her hair, so let's try and pull that back in a bit. And that's what you can do with drawing, is if you're not happy with something, then just change it. But I must admit, it does come quite far out. So now we're going to do her wings. And basically one wing is behind here, so you can't really see it. We're going to draw the first one coming up round here. It starts down here by her waist, comes up behind her hair, and has a nice oval end to it. But the other wing goes behind. And that's where on this side we get to see the wing. So we're going to come across where that line is, come down and draw that wing. And then we're going to come up and draw this wing so that it's kind of even. It doesn't have to be perfect, kind of even with the other one. And I'm going to come in and draw lines down the middle, maybe with a little bit of a curve to make them feel 3D. And then we're going to just do the veins in the, they've kind of got, they're a bit like leaves, the fairies' wings, little veiny wings. Draw veins coming off the veins as well, and that will help it look real as well. There we go. Oh, it's raining outside now. It's banging on my window. Right, so that's her done up to this point. I don't think anything else was added. Nope, just the wings on that one. And now we're going to move on to, yes, it's the decoration around, it's clouds, and it's the green foliage. So we're going to draw in a nice big cloud over this side, and on here you can see that it's just basically lots of C's joined together, and then we do the curly bits inside like we did with her hair. So we're going to come from here, come round. You can although you can't see it on screen, if you've got the printable, you'll have it in front of me, or you can just follow what I'm doing. So we'll come round like so. That gives us the outside shape of that cloud. I think I want to come out a bit further with that one because it'll make it look real. It was looking too perfect. And then we come in and do some decorations just to make that cloud seem real and 3D. Put those shapes in. And then there is another one behind her which comes out here, but I'm not going to do much of that. It's just kind of behind her. Coming in and doing the shapes again though. And then we're going to come behind this one. There we are. Do another one there, some more little shapes, C shapes. So we've got our 3 clouds in place now. The next job we have to do is all the foliage, and you can just put this wherever you want. We also need to draw in some of these lines, which are kind of just showing that the mushroom has this texture underneath and this movement of coming from that direction. So you can draw them in wherever you want. Now we've got a little bit of foliage here curling round. Now you can do it how you want. There's flowers on them here with some leaves on, but not too detailed, you know, just make it look different and like nature would be. Don't try and put the leaves perfectly opposite each other every time. Try and space them all about a bit, put some flowers on. Do what you want with it really, but make it look as though it's also going behind. So from here, I'm coming around the front and I'm just coming up here, and then all the leaves and the flowers will look as though they're coming from the back as well. And remember, different sizes leaves, different in different places. Don't try and put them all in the same place. Just be random about it. It's very difficult because your brain does not want to be random. Your brain wants to put everything in exactly a pattern in a nice bit of order, but it doesn't work like that. Right now, we're going to come in and do a long line, which goes all the way over the door, all the way to around the back, then has a lovely little bit that just trickles down here. I love that. So we're going to come in and just, there's another, don't forget to draw some flowers on there as well. And they can be as detailed or as well, that's really not, they're very simple, mine are. So as detailed or as simple as you want them. It's your choice when you do this part, definitely. And at the end of the day, the whole thing is your choice. This is giving you something to start from, so something for you to give you a bit of inspiration, something to work from. So I'm just drawing lots of leaves in, funny little shapes, not necessarily perfect shapes because leaves aren't. But you can, if you like, on there, on the actual image, it's been drawn in digital pen, so it's much clearer, so that you actually get that clear view in the beginning of what it is. But when you're doing it by hand, it's nice to have it all looking a bit sporadic and all over the place because, well, we're doing something that's nature and natural, so it will be like that. Right, we're coming round again. And I'm going to draw a flower, going to draw in some leaves, more flowers, more leaves. There. We're done. Okay, so I hope you like that, and I hope it's given you some inspiration to take this and go off and colour and paint however you want. I will be doing more videos to show you how to colour and paint from this, and just to take it a little bit further. So if you enjoyed it, please do subscribe and click the notification bell. Please follow and comment, like, share, all those things. And don't forget, I'm on Patreon. That's where all the downloadables are, and you can also buy the book with all these step-by-step sheets in. So it's whatever you prefer, really. All the links will be below. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.